Hello, children. The trade deadline looms. November 4th at midnight. That's a Wednesday. I wonder what the number is on how many trade offers Al Bundy revokes between now and then.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
All right, kids. Let's see who did and who didn't this week. Montezuma's Revenge beat the Silly Nannies 36-25. Nick is in the win. His life has taken a turn. I don't know what he's doing. We're going to hear from him soon, though. He can't hide forever. Targaryen came from behind to beat the Blazers 40-38. Speenrock topped the Sandball Kings 34-21. Lynch Mob opened up a can on Bearded Clams 54-22. The High Risers got their first win of the season, 30-16 over Menahunas. Ooh, it's got sting. It's got sting. Pedro the Great topped the Rounders 56-41. Did not see that one coming. Al Bundy's Biggins 67-20 over Boolean Logic. That's a lot of points, 67. And the Merciless Marauders doubled up bye week, 24-12. Our standings at this midway point of the season, halfway through. Egregious Division is led by Al Bundy at 5-2. Speenrock is a game back. The Bearded Clams, the Rounders, and the Merciless Marauders all have a piece of the Federalist Division, with Lynch Mob only a game out. They started the season 0-4, did the Lynch Mob, and they're a game out of first. That's a tight division. Franchise. Now, what I meant to say was Glasgow. The Glasgow Division. Another three-way tie. Bye week, Demarius Targaryen, the Blazers. Menahunas can't buy a win, and that they're only a game out of the division lead. In the Hezbollah, Montezuma leads the division at 5-2. Pedro, game back at 4-3. All right, let's see what we got coming up this week. On vacation, we have the Bills, the Jaguars, the Eagles, and the Native Americans taking the day off. This week's matchups, we will start with Logic and the Sandball Kings. Now, I looked back over the history of this matchup, and I don't think Sandball Kings has ever beaten Logic. And I don't know why, that trend will continue or wouldn't continue. We'll take Logic -3. Bye week versus the Bearded Clams. A couple of teams that are used to scoring but refused to do so last week. They'll both be looking to get back in the win column. And I just don't think Matty Ryan can suck 2 weeks in a row. Devonta Freeman wasn't his normal self. Let's go with the Clams, -3. The Silly Nannies and Al Bundy's Biggins. Nick doesn't play a kicker. Al Bundy scores a ridiculous amount of points. We'll go with the Biggins, -5. Speenrock, Montezuma's Revenge. Well, here, this is going to be a football game. Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to take, and Big Ben's coming back, but he has a habit of stumbling out of the block when he comes back from an injury. Let's take Speenrock, -2. Pedro and Barry's Blazers. I just can't believe Pedro's going to keep scoring 50 points. That team, on paper looks awful. But in real life, they're awful. Blazers, -4. High Risers get their first win of the year. They're probably going to have to wait a week to get their second. Lynch Mob, -2. Demarius Targaryen versus Menahunas. Listen, Menahunas is hit a rough patch. They can't seem to get people to put the biscuit in the basket. Let's go with Targaryen, -3. The Merciless Marauders versus the Rounders. The Marauders can put up some points. The Rounders consistently put up points. Both these teams can score. Tom Brady, man. Jeremy Hill's getting his act together. You got to think Julio Jones is going to do something this week as well. Let's take the Rounders, -2. All right, let's check our glorious pick'em pools. Such a heated competition going on there. In the NFL pick'em pool, Clams has quite the lead over Boolean Logic, 6 games. Barry's Blazers decided to stick their nose back in the fray. 10 wins this week. Great effort. They still trail a bit. In the Boolean, I like to say that. In the fantasy pick'em pool, the PBJ pool, Logic leads Al Bundy by 6 games. Bye week got back into the fray here. They're catching up. They have 17 picks. That's not good journalism. Logic leads at 25. Bundy next at 19. Bye week third at 17. All right, kids. The trade deadline is coming up. I'm going to send out an email as well because only like 3 of you watch this thing. Wednesday at midnight. That's November 4th. Will be our trade deadline this year. Start making some deals, you kids on the fringe. All right. That's all I got. See you kids next week.